YouTube family, we got yet a situation again that has occurred. So if you guys don't know, let me drop the banner for you right quick. Coach Prime, aka Deion Sanders, Coach Deion Sanders, that is prime time. So they said Deion Sanders finally talked about Shedeur's $4.6 million contract with the Browns. And boy, did he tell y'all his feelings. He makes sense. He went off in only a way Deion Sanders can go off. Now,
when I hear a lot of pundits speak about your situation in particular, Prime ain't did nothing different than what any other great father would do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
No, I understand.
When I came out, they tried to shun my father from a lot. There's award shows that I have yet to be back because my father was not able to kind of come.
Yeah. I mean, that's just a part of it, though. You got to understand the situation. You got to understand.
These are real special right here. That these are special because I'm not lost for words. I'm just thinking about my son and what he's going through. This is going to be his shoe because they're Lolos, and they have his face on the bottom of them. See?
Deion Sanders just dropped the most cryptic, hype-filled post on social media after Shedeur inked a secret $175 million deal with the Chinese Basketball League. And let me tell you, the sports world is losing it right now. Yeah, you heard me, basketball, not football. The QB everyone assumed was headed straight to the NFL flipped the entire script in a way nobody saw coming. And Coach Prime's reaction? Trust me, it's telling us there's way more to this story than meets the eye. This isn't just about chasing a payday or switching careers. This is a calculated move that could totally reshape how top-tier athletes flex their value across multiple sports. And what I'm about to share is gonna blow your mind when it comes to what the Sanders family is plotting behind closed doors.
Shedeur Sanders surprisingly slipped to the 5th round, becoming the number 144th pick in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL draft. First of all, let me clarify this article a little bit. We like our journalists here, but we call them out when they don't say the truth. First of all, nobody was shocked, because if you're one of our subscribers, and shout out to the new subscribers we have here, we got droves and droves of new subscribers. Salute to y'all. I'm honored to have y'all. But
by all intents and purposes, the kid don't do nothing. He just, like, he's not a malicious person. He don't run around cussing people out. He comes, he tries to do things in the community. And I think the thing he was going with is people who were saying a lot of unfounded things. And then the season happened. And as we get to watch for a year, we found out that a lot of it, frankly, was not true. Like, him as an individual.
All right, let me break down this absolutely insane story for you, because when I first caught wind of it, I thought it was straight up fake news. I seriously thought someone was trolling. There was no way Shedeur Sanders, one of the most hyped QB prospects in recent memory, was about to ditch football for basketball. But then the reports started trickling in from overseas, and suddenly that wild rumor started looking way more legit. It all kicked off with a cryptic Instagram post from Deion Sanders. No caption, just a photo of him and Shedeur grinning ear to ear with the Chinese flag emoji and a basketball emoji. That was it. No explanation, no context, just straight up mystery. And social media went absolutely bananas. Within minutes, the comments were blowing up. What does this mean? Is Shedeur headed to China? Did he just give up on the NFL? Coach Prime, what are you hinting at? Everyone was speculating, but nobody had answers. And Deion, he was loving every second of it, dropping more cryptic posts and clips showing Shedeur training, except now he was shooting hoops instead of tossing footballs. Then the bombshell hit. A report from a Chinese sports journalist with legit CBA connections claimed Shedeur had signed a secret 5-year deal worth $175 million to play professional basketball in China. Not football, basketball. And the deal's fully guaranteed, with endorsements on top, potentially pushing the total north of $200 million. The internet absolutely lost it. Sports Twitter went nuclear. NFL analysts were shook. Basketball fans were baffled. How does a football player just get a max contract in an entirely different sport? Deion then posted again, simply saying, "They said it couldn't be done, watch us do it anyway." Now, before you think this was random or that Shedeur just woke up one day and switched sports, here's the context that makes it all click. Sure, Shedeur is known as a quarterback at the highest level, but what most people don't realize, the kid has always been an absolute baller on the basketball court too.
Respect my dad because we grew up in a big house, nice, like 25,000 square feet. Yeah, like something very big. Football field, everything you could ask for.
He got his own money.
Arcade, everything, basketball court, everything.
Yeah.
But then he moved us across town. Still a nice house, but it wasn't like that. It was nothing like that. But he moved us across town to understand, just a humbling experience overall. Just to understand, to get that dog mentality. We didn't go to private schools our whole life.
Back in high school, Shedeur Sanders was the real deal as a dual sport phenom. On the basketball court, he was putting up numbers that had college coaches begging him to play point guard at the Division I level. The kid had handles, court vision, a smooth shot, and that same relentless competitive fire that made him elite on the football field. But he chose football because of the family legacy, his dad's influence, and because that path just seemed clearer at the time. Here's the kicker though, he never stopped loving basketball, and he never stopped grinding on his skills. Behind the scenes, he's been working with elite trainers, NBA-level coaches, and putting in serious hours to keep those basketball skills sharp while dominating on the gridiron. So when the Chinese Basketball League came through with a jaw-dropping $175 million guaranteed deal to make him the face of their league, bring American star power, and inject the Sanders brand into a market of over 1 billion people, Shedeur didn't brush it off. He seriously considered it. And according to sources close to the family, Deion Sanders didn't just support the idea, he pushed it. Now here's why this deal is next level and smarter than most people realize. First, $175 million guaranteed is wild money for basketball in China, but it's not just about playing hoops. The CBA wants to compete with the NBA for global attention, and they know the key is high-profile names that generate buzz, sell jerseys, and put eyes on their league. Shedeur Sanders isn't just a player, he's a brand. Millions of social media followers, a legendary last name, and crossover appeal that hits beyond sports. The Chinese market loves American athletes who bring personality, swagger, and entertainment value, and Shedeur ticks every box. But here's the twist. This contract reportedly gives him freedom to chase outside business ventures, endorsements, and even media appearances while he's playing in China. So he's not just being paid to hoop, he's being paid to be Shedeur Sanders, and that's worth way more than what any NBA team could guarantee a rookie, or what most NFL teams would hand a first-year quarterback. Think about it. The NFL locks rookies into salary caps, franchise control, and rules that limit early earnings. Even if Shedeur had gone to the NFL and signed a huge contract, he'd still be tangled in league politics, franchise tags, and all the limitations of American pro football.
The post with a simple caption, Shedeur, proud father, I love my kids and I push my kids to be greater, to be better, to correct my wrongs and magnify my rights. Don't negate that part, y'all. He made sure to say to magnify my rights. My kids are built for whatever comes their way. We're prepared for whatever because I got them no matter what. Thank you, Jesus. Bro, that is...
But here's the kicker. In China, Shedeur Sanders has total freedom. He's not just a player, he's the star, the main attraction. He can grow his brand exactly how he wants, partner with Chinese companies for huge endorsement deals, and position himself as a global athlete rather than being boxed in as just an American football player. Factor in the tax perks of earning overseas and the potential for long-term business relationships in the world's second-largest economy, and suddenly this $175 million deal starts to look like pure genius. Now Deion Sanders' hype makes total sense once you see the bigger picture. Coach Prime has always been about breaking molds, thinking differently, and refusing to follow the traditional playbook. He did it on the field, playing both NFL and MLB at the same time, a rare feat. He's done it as a coach, transforming college programs and bringing unprecedented attention to schools that needed it most. And now, He's applying that same mindset to his son's career. Deion sees what most people don't. The standard path isn't always the best path. The NFL isn't the only route to wealth and legacy for an athlete. Sometimes the biggest, most lucrative opportunities are the ones nobody expects you to take. And let's be real, Deion knows the NFL inside and out. He knows how young players can get chewed up, how injuries and politics can ruin careers in a second. So when the Chinese Basketball League came through with a fully guaranteed $175 million offer for Shedeur, no crushing linemen, no franchise politics, complete control over his brand, of course Deion was hyped. Of course he supported it. Now here's where the haters roll in, and trust me, they're already in the comments. They're saying Shedeur's running from competition, that he couldn't cut it in the NFL, that this is just easy money overseas. They claim it's a gimmick, that he'll embarrass himself trying to play professional basketball when he's not a real baller, and that the Chinese league is a joke that ruins his legacy in American sports. And honestly, every single one of those takes comes from either ignorance or straight-up jealousy. First, the whole running from competition angle, laughable. Shedeur has competed at the highest levels his entire life. Huge crowds, insane pressure, every move scrutinized by fans and media. He's proven himself again and again. The idea that he's scared of the NFL? Please. If anything, this move screams confidence. Confidence in his basketball skills. Confidence in his value. Confidence to say no to the expected path. That's not running, it's owning your future.
Pretend that's the case, we don't have fathers. But when we do have fathers, we still get scrutinized in front of the world. Oh, Deion is hands-on too much. But if it's Archie Manning, it's love. It's an American story that needs to be told. I just did a story about Todd Dodge and Riley Dodge, father and son, who was an American story from South Lake Carroll, Texas, how he got a job to be the head coach of North Texas University. He got no coaching experience besides.
And let's squash that couldn't cut it in the NFL nonsense right now, because Shedeur Sanders hasn't failed at anything football related. He's dominated at every level. But just because you're great at something doesn't mean you have to keep doing it, especially when a better opportunity drops in your lap. Would you turn down $175 million guaranteed just because some random folks online think you should stick to football? Of course not, and neither should Shedeur. Next, the "he's not a real basketball player" take? That's straight up disrespect. Shedeur was a high-level baller long before football. He's been grinding non-stop, and yes, he has the skills. More importantly, the Chinese Basketball League clearly believes in him enough to hand him $175 million. They've scouted him, evaluated his game, and they wouldn't make that kind of investment if they didn't think he could dominate on the court and sell tickets and merch. Finally, the CBA is a joke argument. Please, the Chinese Basketball Association isn't the NBA, sure, but it's still a serious, competitive league with talented players, passionate fans, and a growing global footprint. Acting like it's beneath Shedeur is just arrogant. Look at former NBA players who went to China. They thrived, both on the court and financially. This isn't a side hustle. It's a professional league pouring billions into becoming a global force. Strip away the noise and hate, and here's the truth. Shedeur Sanders is taking full control of his career in a way most athletes never do. He's refusing to let other people dictate his path. He's making a financial decision that secures his family for generations. He's expanding his brand internationally, all with his father's full support. Deion's hype isn't just about the money. It's about watching his son break barriers, challenge norms, and show the world there's more than one way to build an athletic legacy. It's about putting the Sanders name on something groundbreaking, unexpected, and transformative. Years from now, people will look back at this moment and see it as the start of a new era of athlete empowerment and global career strategy. And here's what's next and why it gets even more fascinating. Shedeur is heading to China, instantly becoming the league's biggest star, using that platform to build business connections, secure endorsements, and open doors that go far beyond basketball. The Chinese market is going to love him because he embodies everything they admire about American sports culture: confidence, style, talent, and undeniable personality.
This bitch-made ass cat who's dedicated show after show after show about me. Mr. I Smoke Hip Hop. Does it look like I'm bothered? Does it look
So
like
YouTube family, nonetheless, man, I'm still gonna be here doing my thing, man, and I'm here to say, man, I'm prime time blessed one, the best one. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to Deion Sanders for supporting his kids.
Here's the reality. Teams that passed on Shedeur Sanders, lowballed him, or assumed he'd just take whatever they offered are about to watch in shock as he becomes one of the most marketable athletes in recent memory. They're going to be kicking themselves when they see how much money, influence, and brand power he's generating overseas. And here's the kicker. There's absolutely nothing stopping Shedeur from coming back to American sports later if he chooses. This isn't career-ending, it's a strategic pause. He's getting paid, building his global brand, and setting himself up to return to football or basketball in the US on his own terms, with more leverage and negotiating power than ever. That's 4D chess. That's what separates regular athletes from legends. And Deion Sanders? Always 10 steps ahead. He sees exactly what's happening. That's why he's hyped, posting cryptic messages and building the suspense, because his son just pulled off something that could change the game for elite athletes everywhere. The traditional sports media is going to hate this. They'll criticize, downplay, and try to make it look like a mistake. But mark my words, in 5 years, more American athletes will be chasing deals like this overseas, leveraging global markets, and refusing to be limited by what US leagues dictate. Shedeur Sanders is the pioneer, and Deion is the mastermind behind it all. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Shedeur made a genius move, or did he throw away a potential NFL legacy for a bag? Would you turn down the NFL for $175 million guaranteed in China, or is that too risky? And be honest, are you more excited to watch Shedeur dominate in China, or do you think he should have stuck with football? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this might be the most polarizing career decision we've seen in years, and I want every single opinion. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because we're going to track every step of Shedeur's journey in China, analyze how it shakes up the sports world, and break down what this means for the future of athlete empowerment. This is history in the making. You do not want to miss what happens next.